Hey guys, Sableye VGC here, and welcome back to another episode of Crazy Climbing. Today we're just going to finish things off with the mega-sceptile Coco team. I'm not going to stay 4 of the 5 monitors this time, and we are actually finding matchups relatively fast. I think this set of Vera, I think this is going to be a Vera with a pretty cool team. So she's going to be rocking X-Ray with Salazzle. That is a Xurkitree, Ryan. Remember that Pokemon's name. Salazzle, Xurkitree, Celesteela, and Tapu Fini as the supporting cast. So, I am 100% going to lead Coco Sceptile into this. I don't see a reason not to. I mean, if he goes Salazzle, I have Quick Guard. And Coco's going for Discharge. I'm going to bring Groudon in the back. I keep randomly clicking Venusaur, so maybe the game's trying to tell me something. Maybe the game's like, bring Venusaur. And honestly, I think I might. Yveltal's pretty useless here, so it's between Landorus or Venusaur. Venusaur is a little bit better. It at least gives me a chance against this Xerneas in the endgame. So I am going to bring Venusaur. I probably should have done that in episode 1 as well. We are 2-2 currently. I am going to try and break that tiebreaker today. Hopefully we can win this one, so the worst we can do is a tie, but I hopefully can win 2 here. Prove Sceptile is good. Going back to last episode, unfortunately we're not going to lead the best lead in Ultra Series of Sceptile and Yveltal, because that actually put in a lot of work last episode. So if you missed that one and you care to see what Sceptile Yveltal can do, be sure to go check out that one. More towards the end of more towards the beginning of the second battle there, but nonetheless, still a really good episode, I think. So go check that out. Had some fun battles, but my opponent taking their sweet time here. They have no clue what they're doing. They have no matchup. They're like, what's a Sceptile do? But Avira with the peace sign. Going to give us a sign of peace before the battle. Unfortunately, I am going to go for Discharge Paras here. So, unfortunately, I don't think she'll be giving me a peace sign after the battle. But let's see what happens and see how this plays out. So, Avira is going to send out Rayquaza and Tapu Fini. So, I actually can't para anything right now. But I am just going to click Discharge Dragon Pulse. I have no reason not to. I don't see a reason not to click Discharge Dragon Pulse. If he's AV... Actually, I think I clicked Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam's a little bit better, I think. Also, doesn't cover switch-ins, but it does indeed pick up this Rayquaza. Although, is Rayquaza swapping out? I don't know, like, I could kill either one. Basically, I'm telling him, or telling her in this case, I don't know. Sometimes guys like to use the girl avatar. I don't know why, but I guess more customization options, I think. But who really knows? Who really knows? Anyways, I could either, basically, I could kill Finny this turn, or I could kill Rayquaza this turn. I could literally pick one and kill it. Obviously, I'm pretty confident in the fact that Discharge plus Dragon Pulse picks up Rayquaza, and I am going to go for this play because, nonetheless, if he does do this, I get damage into Tapu Fini still. And obviously, this is big damage into Xerneas. Obviously, Dragon Pulse isn't going to kill it. I wonder if we're going to see Icy Wind from this Tapu Fini. Could be a bit unfortunate. Now I'm starting to wish I would have killed the thing. He could also just Moonblast my Sceptile here, which would be a bit unfortunate. But we're going to see what he wants to go for here. Coco is indeed going to launch off this Discharge. Sceptile is going to get the Lightning Rod special attack boost. Coco's Discharge is going to connect into Xerneas and into Tapu Fini. I am modest Tapu Koko. That's the luxury of being... oh, Sceptile is going to dodge, which is huge. But that's the luxury of being Scarfed. You don't really need to be forced to go timid because there's no speed ties once you get to that speed tier upper. Like, I think I hit like 290 or 182 I think is modest, so... I hit like 264, and there's nothing up in this speed tier, other than like a +2 Xerneas. So, it's really nice. I get the benefit of that little bit of extra damage with the Timid, with the Modest ability. And now, I click Discharge again. I literally have no reason not to. I would assume Xerneas is going to protect here. And because I assume Xerneas is going to protect here, I'm going to protect Sceptile, because I do not want to take a Icy Wind. Obviously, dodging that first Icy Wind is really, really important. Tapu Koko is just going to go Discharge. I have to stop predicting Xerneas to protect. I don't know why. I'm technically doing this to myself. I could have just Leaf Stormed that thing and it would have been dead. Xerneas is going to Geomancy in my face now, and now I'm just going to lose. I literally just did this to myself, too. That's pretty dumb. But that's alright. I do it to myself. Honestly, this lead isn't fit to counter Xerneas. But the thing is, I still had it beat. I should have just Leaf Stormed. Icy Wind wasn't the end of the world there. I should have just Leaf Stormed. Obviously now I just let both of my Pokemon die here. There's no reason to swap out. No reason to do anything right now. None. No reason whatsoever. I am going to go for a discharge if I get it off. Fantastic. If I get this Leaf Storm off, also fantastic. Don't think I'm going to get either of them off. Should just die to a Dazzling Gleam here. Dazzling Gleam is indeed going to come out. Sceptile is indeed going to die. And Tapu Koko is indeed going to die. So, fantastic Pokemon, as you can tell right here. Every time we've led this lead, I think we've got slapped by a Xerneas. Tapu Fini going to set up a light screen here. And I'm not out of it. I don't think we're out of this game by any means. With Groudon and Venusaur coming in, it gives us a chance. I am going to go straight for the Fire Punch into that Xerneas and hope it picks up the knockout. I have no intentions of going for Roar because that doesn't solve my problems. He's got weather coming, the weather negation coming in, potentially with that Rayquaza, and I don't want to see that. So I am going to go for the Sludge Bomb into Tapu Fini. That should pick up the knockout from this range, even though there's light screening on the field. And Groudon should indeed hopefully pick up this Xerneas, I would assume. I don't see why it wouldn't. We're in the sun. I know bulkier Xerneases can survive this, but this is, I'm at him in 252. This should pick up that knockout. And I am, like I said before, I am just going to click Sludge Bomb into Tapu Fini. So we're going to see what he goes for. He might protect Xerneas as well, so I wouldn't put that past him. But he didn't protect last time, so maybe... Ah, now Xerneas is protecting. Nice. Alright, so Xerneas going to protect right here. And things get interesting now. Obviously, Venusaur's Sludge Bomb should pick up this Tapu Fini. I don't see a world in which Fini survives. Fini does not survive. Goodbye to Tapu Fini. And Rayquaza should be the Pokemon my opponent wants to bring in now. And now things get interesting. I think P-Blades is the stronger move. 120 times 0.75 is actually still stronger than the Fire Punch. Because now Sun is gone. So I will indeed go for the P-Blades here and hope I do indeed pick up this Xerneas. Obviously, it looks like the sun is still up. Airlock is in effect, so I am not faster than this Rayquaza yet, or ever will be till the end of the game. So I will not be faster than this Rayquaza. I will indeed just protect on Venusaur here. There's a chance he doubles into Venusaur because I could very well be sashed. I am indeed sashed. He doesn't know that though, but he could suspect it, especially after I Mega Evolved Sceptile earlier in the game. So the big thing here is, as long as he doesn't double into Groudon, I've won this game. However, I think he might double into Groudon as well, because if he kills Groudon, he wins the game. Venusaur going to go for the Protect. We are going to see what my opponent wants to go for. Xerneas is indeed going to drop a Dazzling Gleam. Groudon, not the bulkiest of Pokemon. I didn't build it that bulky this time, but Groudon is going to take a decent chunk of damage, and because it is indeed going to Dragon Ascent into the Venusaur. So as long as Precipice Blades can connect and kill, we actually still have a chance. Not effective on the Rayquaza. Precipice Blades is indeed going to connect. Will it pick up the knockout? That is the question. Xerneas is indeed going to survive. And now we're in trouble. Now we're in a lot of trouble. Now he just Dazzling Gleams again. However, if I can get a double protect, now I can click Fire Punch into Xerneas, and I am indeed going to protect. I'm going to go for the double. I feel like he just clicks Dazzling Gleam. Venusaur is going to protect. I am not going to get it. That is fine. Xerneas is going to Dazzling Gleam. We're going to see Dazzling Gleam. We're going to see the Dragon Ascent. So that will kill Venusaur here. So I'm no harm, no foul going for that double protect. Not like I was getting another attack off anyways. Yeah, he is indeed going to target Venusaur, which is the correct play on his end. And it's looking like we've lost this game. Because I'm pretty sure this Rayquaza, most Rayquazas besides Xerneas would like to run Earth Power. I would run Earth Power. Like, I feel like it's such a good move, especially besides Xerneas with all those steel types that could threaten it. So if he doesn't have Earth Power, I'll be shocked. But to be honest, Dragon Descent probably takes me out from this range too. So, and in fact, he's still got another Mon, doesn't he? He's going to bring in Salazzle. There's no way I win this game. He's going to fake out. He could fake out Dragon Descent. I could protect. From this range, I'm not going to win. I am indeed going to forfeit and move on and get on to the last match. And hopefully I can pull this back to an even matchup. I don't think Sceptile Koko is bad. I just don't think I'm playing it well at all. Whether I'm not playing it well, definitely, probably maybe shouldn't be bringing it against Xerneas. Maybe I should go harder for the Xern checks. Like maybe I should be going something like Instant, Groudon, Venusaur, and Koko. Maybe I should be going that. I don't know. I also should have just won if I didn't protect and I would have just targeted Xern. I don't know why I didn't target Xern. Like, Xerneas is so good against people that just do what I did against it. Like, I over-predicted. I figured Xern would protect there, so I wouldn't just double into it and kill it, and he took advantage of that. It's gonna happen. I'm going to get reads wrong, but this is why best of 3 for Pokemon is so much more important. You can, game 1, you can get a sense, you can see about your opponent's items, and you can get a sense for their playstyle. Game 2, you can adapt. It's tough to do that on Battle Spot, but regardless of that, hopefully we can find another battle, because I do want to pull this team back to even. I do think it deserves to be at 3-3. I could be wrong, I did build it in relatively like 20 minutes, so maybe it doesn't deserve to be at 3-3. It probably needs a little bit of fine-tuning, but I do think it's a fun concept. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying the matches as well. Obviously, me messing up so much probably makes it a little less enjoyable, or maybe you guys just like seeing me mess up, so whatever it is, we are going to find Jagon here from Sweden with a rating of 1571 for our last battle of the day, and the last battle with the team, and we are going to see a Sceptile. This is actually pretty funny. I'm surprised he doesn't have a Koko. This is kind of ironic because he's got like the Sceptile core, which normally you put like a Tapu Koko beside to click discharge, and then you have Terrakion, which normally you put a Whimsicott beside to put beat up, but he has neither of those supporting casts. So a little bit interesting here. I remember back in Sun Series I had a Shiftry Melodic team, and I think I had Duskmane as well, and I had Brutal Swing on my Melodic to trigger Weakness Policy on my Duskmane. So that was a really fun team. I think I have a video on YouTube of it somewhere. I think I used it for a few episodes. Could be wrong. I might have just brought it to a PC. I really don't know. Should probably focus on this match now, as I have no idea what I'm going to do. But the rest of the team here, Kyogre, Incineroar, Necrozma, Duskmane currently, I would assume it's going to burst because there's a Tapu Lele, and then as mentioned before, the Sceptile and a Terrakion. So what I'm thinking of doing here is maybe just trying to win the Weather War and going Venusaur Groudon. And honestly, I think I will go Venusaur Groudon. I have Yveltal in the back if he leaves the Psychic spam, so I can swap Yveltal in relatively safely. Koko, not the greatest of Pokemon, but not the worst of Pokemon. Might be slightly better than Landorus. Landorus doesn't live anything from the Necrozma anyways. Sceptile doesn't really do much. I am indeed going to go with this type of Koko here. So every time we brought Sceptile, sorry, I lied. I was going to say every time we brought Sceptile we lost, but I would be wrong in that statement, because we did manage to win that second game in Sunday's episode. But regardless of that, we are here. My opponent really thinking heavily with that in-game pose there. I always used to like that in-game pose back in Sun and Moon. Obviously, I haven't gotten around to changing my pose here, but I also don't think I've changed the music for you guys at all in these past 3 episodes, so I do apologize for that. Fortunately enough, though, this trainer theme is actually pretty decent, so hopefully you guys are alright with that trainer theme. I'll try to change it up for you guys next time here. We are going to see a pretty decent lead from my opponent here, for us anyways, but it's going to be Incineroar Necrozma. And this is pretty solid. I'm quite happy. I'm quite content with this. I have the weather in my favor. I can start launching sleep powders. I can actually swap out Groudon if I wanted to, bring in this Yveltal. I am not going to do this turn 1 because I want to have the threat. I don't want him to potentially have a safe swap, a safe Z move turn 2 with Yveltal in the field. He can just see the other slot. I am indeed going to click P-Blades. I am indeed going to click Sleep Powder. Probably fakes out Venusaur here, I would imagine. He might just fake out Photon Geyser Venusaur. That gives me a free P-Blades though, and I'm not going to be against that. So we're going to see what my opponent wants to do here. I feel like he does go for that play. Incineroar is indeed going to click Fake Out, is indeed going to go into the Venusaur. I could have protected to try and stop this. Necrozma is indeed going to Photon Geyser. This kind of looks like it's going into Groudon. It is indeed going into Groudon, so I am quite content with that. Groudon going to survive that, get this P-Blades to connect, thankfully. And Incineroar is going to take her out 75%, and Necrozma is just below 50. Well, that did a lot more than Incineroar than I thought. Incineroar is going to eat that Figgy Berry, which is indeed one of the most common sets. I'm assuming it's Figgy Berry. Could be Iapapa, could be Mago as well. But Mago kind of reveals information. I didn't even see what kind of berry it was, but regardless of that, not in the worst of positions here. Surprisingly enough, he didn't double into the Venusaur, obviously maybe predicting my Protect to some extent. So now I am just going to go for the Sleep Powder. That is a safe click for me. And I'm actually going to swap the Groudon. Actually, no, that loses. I'm going to Protect Groudon. There's a chance he goes for the Z-move into Groudon, and obviously if I miss the Sleep Powder, that puts me on the back foot. So I am going to be a little bit defensive here. Not the most offensive of turns, but I am going to be slightly defensive. As I mentioned, Sleep Powder is indeed going to connect, so Protect kind of useless, but I guess he's going to probably Flare Blitz his Venusaur now. That would be my guess. Necrozma fell asleep. Necrozma is guaranteed to be fast asleep this turn. And what are we going to see Incineroar go to for? A U-turn potential? He is indeed going to Flare Blitz, and that is 100% going to pick up this Venusaur. Alright, So the question now becomes, do I want to bring in Yveltal? Obvious answer here, 100% I'm bringing Yveltal. However, I have Scarf Tapu Koko, and I think that's actually the better play. I still outspeed Necrozma, which is the more important part at this point, because if I bring an Yveltal and Necrozma wakes up, he can indeed go for that the Z Photon Geyser, and pick up this knockout in the Groudon here. Now I at least threaten both knockouts. There's nothing he can really do. I almost want to click Discharge, predicting Kyogre. However, I think Dazzling Gleam is probably the better play to go for overall anyways, and I will also click Precipice Blades. This should pick up both knockouts. Wouldn't be surprised if it did. I'd actually be very surprised if it didn't. Necrozma is indeed going to wake up. Necrozma is going to protect. I'm perfectly fine with this. Incineroar should be dead still. So, obviously, Tapu Koko, I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam here. Not going to kill Incineroar by any means. Probably do about 20%. Once again, a little bit more than I expected. Could have Fire Punched this Incineroar slot. Was kind of scared of the Kyogre switching though. So P-Blades is indeed going to connect thankfully and knock out this Incineroar. So next turn I still have the threat of Dazzling Gleam, and that will indeed weaken a Water Spout as well. However, I wouldn't mind swapping in. He's going to bring in Tapu Lele. So he's probably Scarf Tapu Lele. Probably thinking he can knock me out with a Psychic here. So I'm very happy at this point because I can simply click Dazzling Gleam. And I'm not going to click Fire Punch off the sole purpose he could still potentially swap into that Kyogre. So I am indeed going to go for the P-Blades again. Not the safest play, but I do think it is the right play. Because if he's Psyshock, he should know it's not going to kill Tapu Koko. So we'll see what he goes for here. He is obviously not going to swap out, and obviously this also safeguards the fact that if Necrozma doesn't die. But I am modest Tapu Koko, so Necrozma is indeed going to drop to that. And Tapu Lele is alone on the field now. Lele is indeed going to go for the Moonblast, which is kind of surprising. I mean, if he is indeed Psyshock, Moonblast is the correct play. So Precipice Blade's going to come out here, going to pick up this knockout on this Tapu Lele, and we're going to see what his last Pokemon is. Let's see what we get. It is indeed going to be this Kyogre. I do want to swap out. I really want to protect Groudon here. However, what I am going to do is I am going to protect Groudon. I'm not going to swap it out. I am going to bring in. Although, do I just lose if that happens? Like, see, the thing is here, Kyogre's probably faster than Groudon. I don't really want to swap in. I mean, single target Dazzling Gleam, does that... He's going to O-Pulse. There's no way he doesn't O-Pulse. I'm going to bring an Yveltal for the Groudon. It's the safer of the two plays. I kind of have no choice. I would have liked to keep Yveltal Koko for the endgame, but I don't see a way I get that on the field. I mean, I could have just not protected Gengar. And not protected Groudon, right? So Koko's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. Let's see what he goes for here. Kyogre is indeed going to go for the Origin Pulse. This will hopefully not kill Yveltal. As long as Yveltal survives this, we're still going to be alright. So, Yveltal is indeed going to survive. I should be relatively safe to win this game at this point. I have Z-move on Yveltal that I can burst right into this Kyogre, and I'm 100% going to do this turn. So I don't want to potentially not do it this turn and not have the Z-move next turn. 100% going to go for the Z-move. I wonder if the Z-move off the Foul Play is better than the Z-move off the Dark Pulse. I think it's still better off the special attack because I have the... In fact, Fire Punch is probably better too. But I have the special attack investment, whereas I don't have the... physical investment. So I am indeed going to go for this Z-move. It is going to launch off into this Kyogre. Thankfully, no Protect. I don't think Protect helps him at all in this position, so I was relatively safe to go for this Z-move. This is either going to knock it out outright or leave it like in the red. I would be surprised if it killed because Kyogre should be relatively bulky, but in my opinion. But then again, he could be max speed, max special attack, and this could just pick up the knockout. So we'll see what we get here. Kyogre is indeed just going to drop to that Z-move, so all the potential threat of losing that endgame is gone, or I should say is J gone, but that's just a really bad pun, and I'm sorry I'm sorry you guys had to hear that. Like, I'm really sorry you guys had to hear that. But of course, that is going to be it for this episode. Did manage to go 3-3 with this team. I will be back in the next episode on Friday, as long as everything goes according to plan. I should be here on schedule. Next episode, new team. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching this one, guys, and I will see you guys next time.